Good morning, everyone. We are down to our final 2 weeks of class. So, hard to believe, but we'll be wrapping this up in the next 2 weeks. But I just wanted to go over a few details with you. The next 2 weeks will be on virtual teams. So, week 6 will cover that, also week 7. I'm giving you your assignment for your virtual team that you'll actually be putting together. That information is embedded in the course. All of you have been assigned to a team, and there is a group leader, and hopefully that group leader is okay with being the group leader. They'll be the person that reaches out first and sets up your meetings. I've given you a lot of information of different ways that you can communicate, different ways that you can schedule your team meetings, but that is up to the team. Now, know that your team leader is just assigned with the task of getting everyone corralled and getting everyone to their first meeting. But at that point in time, you are a team, so everyone will be judged and graded and reviewed on how they perform in the team. And again, that will be the next 2 weeks that will cover that, and then it'll be the time for our final. So one thing that you should have done is downloaded, and here is the book. Excuse me as I turn around. It looks virtual teams. I don't know if it's backwards for you guys, but what you can do with this book is it's located in the library. I have put that in the syllabus, so some of you compulsive people like myself may have already downloaded the book, but if you haven't, go ahead. You'll need chapters 1, 2, and 4. Not 3. I think I held up 3 fingers. But chapters 1 and 2 will be for week 6, and then you'll use chapter 4 for week 7. But you may want to just go ahead and access all of that information at one time. You can download and print that book. You can just simply get online and read the chapters and outline them if you want to. Now, be aware that only 2 people can access an ebook at a time in the library. So if you go to it and you can't get the book at that point in time, you'll have to just come back. But do not wait till the last minute. Go ahead, get that material, read over it. It will help you with your virtual teams and setting them up and understanding what we're talking about. I've also signed you up in Microsoft. You have a free account, and that's with Teams. So you may receive an email from me or just a notification. So this is just another good way to communicate. Your team may choose to do that because you can instant message each other. I use it quite a bit in work because we have remote locations in Hendersonville. We also have a remote location in Germantown, so it's easy for me to communicate with people via that. You may want to use Slack. I've also used that. It's an outside, you can just go down and download it, so I've used that as well. But I've gotten to where I prefer Teams just because everyone in the union community uses that, and it's something that you have access to as a student. Another thing that you have access to is Zoom, and that way you can do virtual meetings. I use that constantly at work. I use it when I communicate with staff in remote locations. 2 weeks ago when I was in Orlando for a wedding, then I needed to be zoomed into a meeting. I even have a Zoom app on my phone, and so I could sit in Orlando at Harry Potter World and join in a meeting if I wanted to. So keep that in mind. Go ahead. I've got the instructions, and there's a link on that. If you're not familiar with Zoom, I did put a video up, but there's so much on YouTube that you can go look and kind of do tutorials to use that. Again, team leaders have been assigned, and I shot them an email over the weekend. I've only heard back from one, so hopefully everyone accepted that assignment. But if they're not able to, they can get in touch with me, and I will assign a new one. But I randomly assign teams, and there's no method to that. It's just to make sure that we had everyone broken up into teams. Your teams are really an ideal size of 5 to 6 members, so it'll be easy for you guys to schedule and work with that. Your papers, I have not finished grading papers, but I will try to work on that tonight. I've had a little glitch, so I'm gonna have to print every paper out. Kill lots of trees, but I'll have those printed out and I'll get those and work on those tonight and have those grades for your communication paper. But anyway, this is going to be fun navigating these next 2 weeks. Your assignment will be this paper or put together your assessment of your online teams, and you'll have 2 weeks to do that. So I think the due date is around the 21st. Don't hold me to that. Just look on your class and you'll see that. Week 7 will open next week. It's a very light week with assignments because I know that you're working this project is really one of your big grades. So to work on that and take care of it, you'll just have a discussion board post. But I'll keep week 7 light because I know that you guys will be working in your teams. You are required to meet at least once. You can meet more than that to put your information together because you may need to do so. But anyway, good luck as you navigate it. But let me tell you something. Knowing all of this, you know, we're exploring Zoom. We're exploring Teams on Microsoft. We are looking at many different ways to communicate virtually. There's others. I put Doodle out there to schedule meetings. But all of this, the information that you're going to learn, there's so much power that comes with knowing technology. I know so many times we're terrified of it or we're scared, but this is the best way to increase your skills and to make yourself marketable to future employees or even your employer to go back and say, hey, have we ever thought about doing something this way instead of that way? This is much more efficient. So anyway, good luck, and I will talk to you guys next week. Again, don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions, lpowell@uu.edu. Great. Have a wonderful day and week.